Hello everybody and welcome to Lilguyricky's tier list video. Today's tier list will be the DBD Jason slash the Slasher add-on tier list. So I feel like I've been messing around with the add-ons for a little while now, and I feel like I've gotten pretty good handle on how I feel about every add-on. You may not agree. I've seen a lot of people that say one thing about this add-on, and I'll get to it when I get to it. But you'll see. You'll see. We're gonna start with the brown add-ons and then work our way up to the iridescence. So to start off, we'll do the Orderly's Shoe. This add-on increases the duration of the haste after the jump scare by 5 seconds. When I initially used it, I was like, this could be absolutely broken. And it's not bad by any means. For a brown add-on, it's actually pretty good. I feel like you already have a pretty long window of haste. Um, you know, in general after Omnipresent Evil. Um, but an extra 5 seconds could help you get that, M1 if you needed to, because that's a big thing with Jason is I feel like the good thing to do is go for the M1 first, unless you can hit them with a spike and get them into a bad position. The M1 I feel like is the better option if possible. And this just allows you to have a little extra speed for a little, well, not extra speed, but speed for longer to get what you need to get done. So, Orderly Shoe, I don't think it's, a game changer or anything, but I think it's pretty 50-50. Sometimes you'll notice that it absolutely saved you, and other times you'll notice that it didn't really do anything for you, and you still have haste, and the down's over. So whatever. 50-50, leaning on, a little bit more useful than useless, I would argue. But yeah, I think it's pretty good. Next up, we have the knitting needle. And this one just makes it where if you have a spike in them, which means only the hook spikes, not the scrap spikes. But if they have a hook spike in them, it just makes it where it takes a little bit longer, 20% longer to remove the spike. This I feel like isn't a big deal, but it has multiple uses. It can be paired with missing corkscrew, which gives you extra stealth for longer, because the longer this is in you, the longer you have your undetectable. But knitting needle makes it where it takes longer for it to be removed, which means you have longer undetectable. So if you want to snipe somebody and then turn around and walk to a different gen, they wouldn't know, and you get free surprise. So that's a little synergy that this one has with another one. But even on its own, it's not bad. It's not amazing or anything, but having it take a little bit longer, as we know now, if you are removing the spike from you, then you are hindered. I can't remember how hindered you are, but you get hindered as they're pulling it out. Otherwise, you get free wall hacks. So this makes it where they're slowed down for longer. And honestly, you could probably mix this with this, and you get an immediate hit, and you could probably catch up pretty quickly if they're trying to remove this. Otherwise, you get free wall hacks, which is fantastic. So honestly, this add-on is very useful. I might, lower it down depending on what the other ones are, but I think it could be pretty good. It has a good synergy with others and with this one as well. Arguably this one too. So it has good synergy with almost all of them, and it's actually really, really good. It's really good. So yeah, I would put knitting needle as very useful. Next up, we have the garden claw. And honestly, this one, I don't understand the point of it. It's like kind of useless, I would argue. All it does is increases the duration of Killer Instinct after a jump scare by 2 seconds. You already get Killer Instinct for a long time in general. And first of all, either A, they could just be crouched and this add-on is useless. Or B, you still get it and it's still basically useless because you get a Killer Instinct for a long time as is. And it's more than enough time for you to turn around and look around and see where everyone is. All this does is just give you a little bit extra time. So it could be helpful maybe if you're starting out on Jason, but it's not unnecessary. I would put meh. We may even drop it to trash, but we'll see. Yeah, I don't see this being that good at all. It's really not. It's very mediocre. Next one we have is the bent wheel. This is the final brown add-on. What this does is it increases the range at which you can trigger jump scare by 4 meters. Now, this one's actually not bad. I don't think it's necessary because you move so fast in Omnipresent Evil. Let me also preface this, right? These two are both Omnipresent Evil add-ons. This one is a spike add-on. So these ones you have to be an Omnipresent Evil, and these are both coming out of Omnipresent Evil. Same with Bent Wheel. Bent Wheel is also an Omnipresent Evil add-on, and it's from when you teleport. Just for those who don't know. But this one isn't necessary per se because you're so fast in Omnipresent Evil. It's not like you can't just, walk a little bit further. I mean, you're still so quick you can catch up easily. So it's not necessary, but it can help out a little bit, especially on maps that are like, the bottom floor. Let's say you're on Midwich or you're on the game and there's a gen up there, but you can't quite see the pallet or the window or whatever that you need to vault to. It basically can help you be able to vault to it quicker. So it might be able to save you a little bit of time, but it's not going to be game-changing or anything crazy to me. And synergy-wise, I mean, yeah, I don't even think it really synergizes. Neither of these two really synergize with anything either. This one maybe synergizes with Sonorock, but we'll put Bent Wheel, not in trash, but put top of meh. Not necessary, but still, I might even put it 50-50 just because Garden Claw is so much worse than Bent Wheel, in my opinion. But it's not like the end of the world or anything. So maybe I'll move this one to trash. Actually, I think I'm gonna move that down to trash, if I'm being honest. Bent Wheel shouldn't be in the same tier as Garden Claw. Garden Claw is so just useless. I mean, just use any other add-on, to be honest. Coroner's Coffee increases the distance survivors are pushed by, I want to say 25%, or maybe that might be the old numbers. It got changed not long ago. It used to be where if you hit them, you get at speed, but they get pushed further. It was very good at kind of like if you're on the edge of the map and they're trying to run in, and you could get a free M1, but they're trying to run in, and you're trying to push them out of safety. It was very good at it. It was too good at it, arguably. And so they nerfed it, and now I think it has better haste. I think it might be 13% haste again, and it still might be 25% pushback. But either way, it pushes you back, and Jason gets haste. But now, it's not just Not just that anymore. It's only Jason only gets haste as long as they don't hit a wall, which kind of makes this add-on a lot less useful. It's still good, but it's not what it used to be. Before I would probably put this up in Game Changer, but now I don't know that I can. Um, because what made it so good was it would push them into the wall and it would stop them where they're going. They wouldn't get that much distance, so it would kind of negate everything that the survivors get. And then Jason gets haste, so he can quickly catch up and get a free down. Well, now if they hit a wall, the add-on is basically forfeit for you. The survivor still gets pushed, and even if they hit a wall, it could be a little distance away, they still get a lot of distance, and Jason gets nothing for it. So it's good, but it's not near as good as it is anymore. And the numbers were put up, and maybe the survivors don't get pushed as much anymore. I have to relook at it. Um, but yeah, it's just not worth it anymore. Well, I don't want to say it's not worth it. It just sucks that they had to nerf it. Um, but I'll put it in top of 50-50, to be honest. And that might people might not agree with that. I know people really love Corner's coffee. I don't think I don't think it's worth it that much anymore. Um but yeah, so this add-on can be good, but it's not going to be great anymore like it used to be. The next add-on for the green add-ons is Bloody Smile. And Bloody Smile increases the jump scare and detection range by 4 meters. This is nice because it gives you more information on who's nearby, so it's not bad. Um, it's if you teleport and there's people obviously within the original range, you're gonna get that. But then anyone who's a little bit further, maybe waiting and hiding by the generator for you to push that person off, and then they get on. So it can be pretty helpful, um, and it's useful information. Um, so yeah, I mean it's pretty good. It's pretty good. I don't think that it's like crazy or anything, but I think it's pretty good. I think it's better than you can get more value from this than you can get from this. I would argue. But at the same time, you get value from this no matter what. But this one, if they crouch, you get no value for it. Um, so maybe we'll swap this. But I still feel like more often than not, you're gonna get value off of this than this. It just depends on who you're going against. Um, but yeah, those might be interchangeable. Next up, we have Toxic Waste. This one, after a jump scare, survivors within 8 meters of a hook or scrap pile gain the Oblivious for 13 seconds. Um, I gotta be honest, I have barely felt or noticed this come in handy. Um, I'm sure that it has, but I feel like I have not noticed it that much. Um, I will say I probably use this one the least out of when I was testing them all. Maybe I got to use this one a little bit more, and maybe I will change my mind. Um, but as far as I feel how I feel about it right now is I feel like it's mid, to be honest. I feel like it's pretty mid. I don't think it's I don't think it's that useful. I think it's better than Bent Wheel, and I'm sure I've gotten value from this a couple times, but it's just not anything crazy. So yeah, I'll keep that one in there. Oh, sleeping bag. Sleeping bag, sleeping bag. I have seen a lot of Jason players say that sleeping bag and swear on sleeping bag is a great add-on. But I'm telling you, I have not. Oh my goodness. I'm actually so. It just clicked in my head, literally as I'm recording this, what sleeping bag actually does. So in my mind, every time I was trying to do it, in my mind, sleeping bag was like Hangman's Trick, I think is the perk from the pig, where every time you reloaded a spike, you would get to see their aura if they're nearby hooks. That's not what it does. Because I'm reading them all just to make sure I have all the stuff correct. And it says, well, after grabbing a hook spike while in omnipresent evil mode, see the locations of survivors within 8 meters of hooks. And that explains so much because anytime I've done that, I've been like, why are the survivors like screaming when I'm in omnipresent evil mode? And that makes so much more sense now. That's hilarious. Okay, then. I have gotten a lot of value from this. This is a great perk or a great add on, and this is a game changer. Crazy how properly reading something actually works. um, yeah, sleeping bag is a good add on. I was so ready to trash on this, by the way. And I'm sorry, sleeping bag, and I'm sorry, sleeping bag users. I understand it now. It's like my brain couldn't comprehend it until I read it. Like I've read this thing a bunch of times in game, and I've never been like never understood what it was saying. That makes so much more sense. This is a great perk, and this has helped me a ton. That's so funny. That's so funny. Okay then. Sleeping bag is a game changer and is a good add-on. Um One thing I don't know about it though, I don't know if the survivors know when they scream. Or like if that their location was given away. But either way, I think this is still good because you still know around where they are. That's still information at the end of the day. This is a great add-on. I can't believe that. That's so funny. All right, moving on to the next and final green add-on. Party Noisemaker. This one says breaking a pallet or breakable wall with jump scare reveals the auras within auras of survivors further than 32 meters for 6 seconds. And this add-on's pretty good. The problem is for me is I notice myself breaking a lot of the breakable walls. Like it's map dependent on the breakable walls, and um, and like I break pallets every now and again too. But typically, if it's a pallet near a gin, I like to break it before anything. So I feel like this add-on is really good, but and is good information. But I feel like in my own mind that it's not like crazy or anything. And I feel like it's been kind of situational for me, but it's still pretty good. And I still think that it's, 50-50, probably leaning on more useful than not for most people. Again, I know I'm not the best Jason yet. I'm working on it. I'm powering through, trying to get better with him. But yeah, I think this add-on is 50-50. I think it's good. I think Corner's Coffee could have a little bit more use than Party Noisemaker, and I think it's better than Bloody Smile and all those below. Moving on, we have I think it's two nails. Two nails. This add-on is amazing. You put on Lethal Pursuer, and this add-on is crazy good. This add-on makes it where if you throw a spike and not just a hook spike, any spike, scrap spikes, hook spikes, whatever, you throw it, and if it goes in within a meter of a survivor, you get to see their aura for 6 seconds. That's 8 if you have Lethal Pursuer, which gives you the ability to mind game after you lose. If you lose a spike and it doesn't hit somebody, you get a mind game and try to hopefully get the M1 through the mind game, and that's great.
That's a great thing in and of itself.
But it not only works if you miss, but if you get a hit as well. So if you hit them with the spike, even if it's a plain spike or a hook spike, again, you still get 6 seconds of ore reading, 8 if you have lethal pursuer. And if you hit them with the regular spike, you still kind of get wall hacks anyway. So, if you hit them with the hook spike, you get wall hacks anyway. Or they have to pull it out. And you still get to see where they're going while they're being hindered. Or you hit them with a regular spike, and you still get to see where they're going. And you can still kind of either A, go into omnipresent evil mode and cut them off, or B, hopefully quickly reload and maybe even get a snipe that you get to watch where they're running to, and it's an easy snipe. This add-on is amazing. I think it's a game changer. I still think it's better than Sleeping Bag, even after my revelation and figuring out what it actually properly does just now, which is so funny. But Two Nails is really good, and it's actually arguably one of my favorites. It might be my top 3 favorite. Yeah, I'll put that one in Game Changer. Next up, we have Sauna Rock. Now, when I first started playing Jason, when he first came out, I would have said Sauna Rock was his best add-on. His second best add-on, and it still is really good. But against good teams, once they find out that you have Sauna Rock, they're going to be a lot more stealthy. They're going to be crouched a whole lot more, and they're going to try to eliminate your ability to use Sauna Rock. It only works if you manage to jump scare survivors. And which it could have good pairing with Bloody Smile. More people could be exhausted, but if they're further away, it's only 13 seconds of exhaustion. But when you're going against a team that doesn't know what to do against him and doesn't know about crouching and can't get the timing down or whatever, Sauna Rock is amazing. It can help prevent Dead Hard. It can help prevent Sprint Burst, potentially. Typically, it's not. They're going to use Sprint Burst right off the bat. So it still doesn't really get rid of Sprint Burst, I've noticed. But it can help get rid of Lithe, it can help get rid of Dead Hard, help get rid of whatever they have. And it is really, really good. So it's definitely going in very useful. But I don't think it's game changer just because once a good team realizes that you have it, they're not going to let you get as much value from it. You may still get some, but they're not going to let you get a ton. So yeah, Sauna Rock I put at the top of very useful. Next up we have Mirror Shards. This one, if you impale a survivor, once they extract the spike, they have 30 seconds of broken. This add-on is pretty good. It can kind of help slow them down quite a bit and keep people injured while they wait. At the same time, though, this could be counterintuitive because sometimes I feel like you would want survivors to be healing instead of doing gens because they're just going to hop on gens if they're broken. But it could also give you a free down if you find that survivor and they're still broken, they can't heal, they're on the generator. You teleport to a pallet. It could be a potential free down because they're still injured. So this add-on is really, really good. Unfortunately, it sucks that it's only if they are impaled by a hook spike, but it still is very useful and can help spread pressure. There's been times where I'll throw a snipe and I'll hit somebody and they'll be broken and I don't have to worry about them for a little bit. And then I'll hop on to another person, down them, and then I can quickly catch them after. And then it's a quick down, so that's a quick 2 downs back to back. This add-on is really good, but I think it's bottom of very useful for me, at the very least. Next up, we have the imprinted aluminum, however you pronounce it. This one is your run-of-the-mill hemorrhaged and mangled add-on. It lasts for 70 seconds, which is actually a pretty long time. As long as you hit him with a spike, which it could be hook spike or regular spike, doesn't matter. It still works out. This one, I feel like it could pair with this a little bit, but I'm not sure if the timer still runs down while they are using, like before they pull it out, or if it is only after they pull out the spike. So, and I think it's on immediate hit that it counts, but I'm not entirely sure. This add-on is still really good, and it's still very good to me. I don't think it's like game changer or anything. It's useful, but I think it's the bottom of very useful. I think it's a little bit worse than mirror. I don't know. These two could flip any time of the day. It just depends on the game. But I think I'm gonna put this one up because it's either spike. It's scrap spikes and hook spikes. So I think this one's a little better. By the way, something I forgot to mention. This add-on and this add-on pair together really nicely. And I think that's the reason I have knitting needle so high, is it pairs so well with a lot of different add-ons. Now, it doesn't help if you're using scrap spikes, of course, but with hook spikes, it's really, really good. Pairs with this really well, and then it pairs with a couple other add-ons as well, and it's really, really good. And that's why this is so high up. But yeah, I think this one's a little better just because it's a little bit more useful and you can use it with other stuff. Next up, we have our final blue add-on, iGoop. Now, when he first came out, I was using iGoop all the time. A little bit of stealth is always nice. And Jason's very quiet, thankfully, so he can be very stealthy at times. However, I feel as if iGoop is not crazy, to be honest. I feel like it's not going to get a ton of value. I think it's pretty 50-50. This one, I don't know if I said it already, but once you pull off a hook, you get undetectable for 13 seconds. It's good. I kind of wish that they had it for the scrap spikes too, and that would make this a lot more useful. But if it's just the hooks, it's not that crazy. And another thing I noticed is very rarely am I grabbing hook spikes when I'm not already in omnipresent evil mode. And when you're in omnipresent evil mode, you're completely invisible and undetectable. But when you come out of the thing, they're going to know you're there anyway. And they can see, the fog rising up. So they know you're coming anyway. And then by then your stealth is over. So I feel like it's kind of situational. It's pretty 50-50. So I think it's behind Corner's Coffee, but I think it's 50-50. Not a bad add-on by any means. It's just you're not going to get as much value off of it as I feel like you would from Corner's Coffee or any of the ones above. You might get more from Party Noisemaker, but like I said, I'm going to kind of go through all of this and rearrange it all and see how I feel. Next up is the Missing Corkscrew, which is a great add-on. Honestly, one of my favorite add-ons, even though it's not going to do a ton sometimes, it's pretty good. Basically, it allows you to emit a 32-meter tear radius until the spike is extracted. So that survivor now carries your tear radius. And you go undetectable for 13 seconds after they extract the spike. So as long as that spike is still in there, you're completely undetectable. So no red stain, no, obviously no tear radius, and nothing like that. So you are very stealthy while this is on. And the survivor now has your tear radius. So It's kind of similar to a Springtrap add-on. I think that one is, I can't remember which one that is, but when he throws the axe, it has a tear radius, that one. Um, but this one is if it's in a survivor. So the survivor has the tear radius. And there's been times where I love going for snipes with this add-on and then turning around and going somewhere else and being sneaky. This add-on is really, really good on its own, and it can give you a lot of stealthy and good surprise. Either gen pulls or free injures because they didn't know you were coming. And it's really good. And this is one of the reasons why Knitting Needle to me is so good, because Knitting Needle has so much value with this too, because it takes them longer to take the spike out, so that means the longer you're going to be undetectable, and then after they extract that, you still have 13 seconds of undetectable, so you're undetectable for a long, long time. Missing Corkscrew, top of very useful. I love it. I think it's a great add-on. It helps me out quite a bit. It allows me to spread pressure very silently, and it's great. All right. By the way, that was our first purple add-on. I forgot to mention. But next up we have Deputy's Badge. This add-on is so good. Arguably his best add-on. Definitely a game changer. It allows you, when you're in omnipresent evil mode, if you pass a generator that is not being worked on, it instantly damages it and starts regressing. I believe it's by 5%, like a regular gen kick, but it might be lower now because it did get nerfed. It used to be 4 meters, so you used to be able to kind of do it through like walls. Now you basically have to be up against the gen itself at 2 meters, but it still saves you so much time because you're already in omnipresent evil mode. You just pass by it and damage it, and then keep going. And as long as nobody touches it, you're fine. Allows you to have gen regression while still being on the move, and that's so huge. That's why I love Turn Back the Clock, is I can keep going and still have gen regression. This perk is really good. And then if a survivor is on a generator, it gives them a like a small add-on. Like imagine an oppression add-on, basic or skill check. I mean, sorry. Which kind of gives you away that you're there, and also tells the survivor if someone's nearby and it gets damaged. Oh, Jason's over there. So it does have downsides, and whatnot, but it's still really, really good. And the good definitely outweighs the bad in my mind. But yeah, it's insanely good, and I really, really like it. I used to run it a lot, and it used to be absolutely busted when it first came out. It used to be able to kick a gen, go into omnipresent evil mode, and damage it another 5%. That was crazy. I'm very glad they took that out, even though it sucks for me as a Jason main, but I understand, and that's something that should not have been in the game. But Deputy's Badge, definitely a game changer, definitely amazing, probably his best add-on. Next up, we have the Burnt Fuse. Now this add-on is so situational. It's so situational. It is good. So basically, when a survivor is impaled, for 3 seconds after they extract the spike, the exit gates are blocked. For them and for every survivor, which is pretty good. It's really good. You know, it's like a mini Blood Warden. It's kind of like Springtrap's loot bag, which is a good add-on. But the thing is, with Springtrap, you know, people don't always expect you to have that add-on. They maybe guess, so maybe they won't mess around in the thing, or maybe you'll get a hit before and they'll get out, or they can't get out. Whatever. Springtrap, it's not always going to happen. But Jason, if they're in the exit gate, if they're injured especially, then they're going to run out anyway because they can be pinned to the wall. So I feel like most of the time people aren't going to mess around if you're Jason in general in the exit gate. Now, with that being said,
something that's really good is if you hit them as they're running into the gate, they block it for everybody, which is really good. But again, it has to be a hook spike. It can't be a scrap pile. And which obviously you should most of the time be using your hook spikes because they're better. But again, it's very situational, and most of the time people aren't going to mess around if they're in the exit gate. So it's situational. It's definitely going into 50-50. I think it's below these three. It can be helpful, but I've maybe gotten value off of it once, and that's a big maybe. But yeah, I don't think it's anything crazy.
Next up, we have the
Bloody Magazine.
Bloody Magazine makes it where if you throw and miss a hook spike, all survivors within 8 meters will scream and reveal their aura for 3 seconds.
5 if you have Lethal Pursuer. This add-on is honestly, in my opinion, a worse version of Two Nails. It's less aura reading time. It's only on a miss. It just has further range. Is the only difference between these two, really. But this one is just a worse version of Two Nails. It can be helpful if you want to get a little bit of information and you can't seem to find the survivor, and you just kind of throw it out there and maybe get some info. Could be helpful for really stealthy players. But again, it's just not that good. It's really, really not that crazy. It's really just a worse version of Two Nails, in my opinion. So, not a game changer. Probably put it in 50-50. I think I'll put it here. It's okay. It's okay. You know. Next up, we'll do iridescent boat motor first.
Iridescent boat motor makes it where when you pass through windows, you mark them for 13 seconds. And then when you come out, they're blocked for 13. It might be bigger now. It might be longer now. And you might have a longer time to have them marked, and they might be blocked longer. This add-on is good, but it's not necessary, in my opinion. Obviously, it's not necessary, but it's just like, it's okay. It's all right. I haven't gotten a lot of value off of this, but when it works pretty well. Not a game changer. Not very useful, I would say, but I'll put it at the top of 50-50. It can definitely make some big plays for you, but it's not going to change. You know, it's not going to work every single time. And a lot of times I feel like it's more of just a waste. And last but certainly not least, we have Dirty Money. This is my favorite Jason add-on. I love it. It's so good. Anytime a gen is completed, you get 2 tokens. And those 2 tokens allow you to, if you break a pallet, if you vault a window, or if you break a breakable wall. Whether you're an omnipresent evil or if it's just a basic break or basic vault, no matter what, if you have no spike, you get a free spike. You get a spike for free. And now it's never going to be a hook spike, unfortunately, but you get a free scrap spike. And that is really good. You could be in a dead zone and all your hooks or scrap piles are kind of too far, and you have to really go out of your way to grab one and then come back. And by then, maybe the survivors left and found an even better spot. Well, Dirty Money allows you to not have to worry about that. You can basically force the pallet drop, break the pallet, get a spike, and before they have time to find any safety, potentially, you can already hit them. And it's really good. And also, you can vault and get one, especially if you put Bamboozle on. Vault and block the pallet or block the window, get a free spike,
they have to drop pallet if they're at shack. Free hit. Otherwise, they're gonna get hit. It's great. It's amazing add-on, and it's, I think, Jason's best add-on. So we'll put that at the very top. All right, and that's the final add-on. This is my definitive final, or maybe not my final, but this is my tier list for Jason's add-ons. Um, I honestly like all of the positions. I don't know if I would change any. Honestly, on this own, I feel like I'm overrating this a little bit too much, just because it has good synergy with his other add-ons. I think when you really look at it from a base value, it's not that good, but it does still have value on its own. Nah, I'm gonna stand on that. I think this is good. I think this is good. It has value on its own. That is undeniable. Even if you didn't have any add-ons like missing corkscrew or broken shattered mirror or whatever, or mirror shards, I think is what it's called, or whatever, it still has value on its own. And the fact that they'll be slowed down for longer, or you get free wall hacks. It's still good. I still think this one is very useful. This one's still useless. This one's meh. This one could be bumped up, but I want to use this one a little bit more. This one can be useful, can be useful, can be useful. Usually useful, sometimes useful. So maybe this one. We'll swap back. Oh, I think Broken Noisemaker is probably better than Bloody Magazine. iGoop can be useful. This one, most of the time, is going to be useful. Most of the time, it's going to be useful for this one too. I think I like this. I think I'm happy with all these down here. Now let's look at Game Changer. Honestly, yeah, I think this tier list is basically perfect. I don't think I would change anything. So let me know down in the comments what you guys think of this add-on tier list, whether you agree, disagree, or what. Leave a like, subscribe, and thank you guys so much for watching. I'm happy that I finally finished this video. And yeah, let me know if there's any more DPD tier lists you want me to do, whether it's related to Jason somehow or it's related to someone else. Maybe perks, what have you, Jason perks. And again, I still plan on making some gameplay videos in the future. But for now, take care, everybody, and peace.